Are you following the evolution of what's happening with inflation and interest rates? Are you concerned about how this might affect you and your bottom line? Well, don't worry. In this video, I'm going to review what a lot of the experts have been saying and just quickly summarize what this means going forward and how it might affect things down the line. So as you know, the Bank of Canada made its most recent rate hike announcement just the other day, and they've now put the base rate up to 4.25%. So this is actually the highest it's been since 2008 when we had the financial crisis back then, and they lowered interest rates to stimulate things and stimulate growth. So, and basically what the Bank of Canada is saying right now is that any further decisions that they make will be based on the most recent economic numbers. So they're not saying that they're necessarily going to do any more rate increases, but they're not saying that they won't either. So, and then the next increase is it's at the end of next month, scheduled for January 25th. Hey guys, just a quick update on one of the things that I had mentioned. It's the January 25th. It's not going to be the next rate hike announcement. It's going to be the next rate hike decision in terms of whether or not they're actually going to increase rates again in January, or if they are going to just wait and see. So we'll know in January, and there will obviously be a lot of speculation leading up to that, but they will be using the latest numbers to sort of make that call. So, and most economic data, and this is what most of the experts are saying, is that economic growth will economic growth will stall in the first half of next year. So, what does this mean? You know, everyone's opinion is a little bit different because, you know, some are saying it's going to be very minimal and very short-lived, and then others are saying it's going to be longer and much more extensive. Like, for example, CIBC is saying that they feel that the Bank of Canada is going to hold the 4.25 rate at least until 2024, you know, to really give time for these rate hikes to work their way through the economy. Because that, again, according to the research that I've done, can take anywhere from 12 to 18 months to really move it, to really work its way through. So, and then, you know, obviously the central bank is looking at when is going to be the best time to stop raising interest rates. And again, this is all going to be data dependent. So at this point, there's still, there's still, it's still a little bit fuzzy because it's a little too early to tell. The good news is that we have seen some inflation rate declines in the last few months. You know, it's at a very modest decline because it peaked in June at 8.1%, and then for October we were at 6.9%. So it's definitely heading in the right direction. And they also said that the 3-month annualized rate was 4%. So this is also very encouraging. So what a lot of people that I've talked to, you know, there's a variety of opinions, but at some point they, you know, once they feel that the inflation numbers have started to solidify or stabilize, I should say, and they're heading down towards that 2% kind of target area, is that, you know, on their way down they can gradually start to lower interest rates, and so lending can become a little bit more affordable. And what does this mean for real estate? Well, typically in the past, we've seen a lot of run-ups whenever there's any sort of kind of policy change that the government makes. So whether it's to do with interest rates or lending rules or anything of this nature. So if you were to go back over the last 10 years and look at the way price increases and you line that up with any sort of lending rule changes.
5, we have the ready to start. 2.
So, so we kind of seeing that going forward. typically how it's going to look is yet to be seen. So, I don't think we're necessarily going to see any massive rate drops when they do start bringing interest rates back down. I think they're going to do it on a gradual basis because, it's going to be a little bit more easing in, and we're not going to see the crazy run-ups like the price increases like we did in COVID. And I think this is something that obviously that they're trying to avoid. So it's, so things we know for sure is that they haven't made a final decision on whether there will be any more rate increases, but that it's not etched in stone like it was 3, 4, 6 months ago. So it's a case by case game time decision that they will make based on the data available at that time and what the projections, what they feel that what the projections are. And those are changing on a quarterly and monthly basis. So anyway, have a great holiday, and we'll see you in the new year.